Hello everyone, and welcome to Finale Part 2, Episode 16, that's such a mouthful, to Kingdom Hearts Interstitial War and Lair, Final. I am so excited. This has been one of the biggest endeavors of a campaign of the finale that I've ever done, and we're going to get right into it because we got a lot of ground to cover today. First, I got to talk about our sponsors. You should check out Callow for all your supplement needs. In terms of energy supplements, sleep supplements, they're all natural. They're all good to take. I take them while I play League of Legends, and they keep me focused, and they keep my blood pressure down because I hate that game, but I still can't stop myself from playing it. 1985 Games, if you want all the fun little RPG accessories, whether it be the character, the deck of stories, which is awesome to pull out on your NPCs, battle maps, and all your little trinkets that you can need. And finally, our good friends Dice Envy, for dice that not gonna break the bank, that they're gonna look great, and something to fill your coffers with. You can't beat it. And that across the board, you can use the code COMFORT for 10% off of everything there. Helps you get a nice little discount, and helps the channel out a bit, and we super appreciate you for that. But now that my sponsor obligations are complete, it's time to introduce my amazing cast. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna start with the guest stars, work our way back. So I think, Arena, we're gonna start with you. Give us a little introduction.
Oh, I didn't even recognize the name.
You're fine.
Hello.
I'm sorry. It's alright.
Hello everyone. I am Renee, and I apologize already for the sass that I will be delivering in character tonight, because I'm so excited to be here and guesting. Am I doing like a plug?
Oh no, plugs are gonna be at the end. So
Okay, cool. Just making sure.
And coming from the ambulance and taxi cabs streets of across the nation, we got Bella. Bella, introduce yourself, please.
Hello everyone, I'm Bella, and I'm sorry for the background noise. My neighborhood's very excited today, apparently, for the finale too. And I'll be playing Kim Possible again, even though she's not really Kim anymore, in a way. Hope she's fully healed now.
Kim Probable.
We'll see. Improbable, yes.
And now,
That's it.
moving on to our main stars, going in the order that you all should know by now. It's only been like 30 episodes.
Hey everyone, I'm Ashley, or Aid. I'm here to play Sarah Farron.
Hi, I'm Lucian, and I'm here to play Kylo Ren, or Kylo Ben, or Benham.
Kylo Benham.
Madam Solo Ren.
PhD.
MD. MD summa cum laude. I think Kylo Ren's smart, right? Is it been established that Ben Solo is like smart, or like we know canonically? Like I know he's swole, but
I mean, I think he's like a leader. So, well, I guess that doesn't necessarily mean anything. But like, I meant like he's like a military leader. So at least he's got some amount of like
strategic abilities.
Yeah,
we say as I go and don't use any of that ability.
but he
in my
wouldn't say be
portrayal.
like as academic as you, Sarah, right?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know. This is who knows what kind of schooling Sarah has. I like to think she's smart, but
I like to think so too, and I think that's what we're going to start our story today. As we kind of fade in, the last that we saw our Guardians last week was during a deadly infiltration where they literally fought off hordes and hordes of Heartless, an entire army, and also defeated two Seekers of Darkness, Yzma and Kefka. A dramatic showdown. But it took a lot of resources. It took literally everyone they could summon and muster into this world. And more of that, you didn't come out of it unscathed. Isn't that right, Sarah?
yeah, we took a couple of hits.
And there were a
At
few
least-
casualties.
Yep.
Zach and
There
Cody.
sure were.
I like how you forgot about that for a second.
No, I didn't forget about it. It's just that Sarah is trying not to think about it because it's like,
It's fresh.
yeah, it's kind of one of those things that she's kind of trying to like compartmentalize, put it in a nice box to deal with later, because it's like they still have so much on their plate right now that they're rushing into. She's trying not to let herself be distracted.
But
Trying.
But you had help, even from people that were considered your enemies, as even Maleficent lent a hand in the Dandelions did. Although, a former truce for the forces, as it were. Just to get into here. As you take off down your hallway, bidding goodbye to the rest of your friends, all on 3 separate paths to the reactor core. Sarah and Ben. You find yourself joined none other by your fellow guardian, Kim Possible, who walks beside you. The 3 of you, hand in hand. Figuratively, literally, that's up to you.
Well, I can say. Well, I say I can say, but I can ask if I could real quick cast some magic over here as we're walking, and maybe like, because I think that because it was also us 2 that were there for the Great Mouse Detective World, so we knew what kind of state we had sent Kim Possible off in, and I think last time I even said that Sarah seemed very relieved to see that Kim Possible was okay. So I think that as they're kind of making their way down this hallway, well, let me roll to see if, before I describe how they feel, let me roll to make sure that this is actually how they feel. Okay, yeah, easy peasy. 10 for that roll. So, the Sarah and Ben and Kim kind of, I mean, I don't think Kim has any harm, but flavorfully, they all 3 start to feel like this warm magic kind of like flow through them. I don't want to say like, ooh, it's the magic of friendship, but I mean, it kind of is.
Friendship.
It kind of like, it spreads.
Yeah.
Like from their heart and then out through their body. And I'm gonna, I did a roll to cast some magic, and we're gonna hit multiple entities, heal a harm, and be bombastic about it. So, bombastic friendship magic.
And as you come to healing, and you can each heal 2 harm, specifically Ben.
I had 2 harm too.
Yep, and you as well, Sarah.
I only had 1 harm, so it's all good.
Well, I had 2.
The 3 of you walk into a setting that is, for Sarah and Kim, this is a setting that seems somewhat unknown to you. But for other people, as we see Ben looking, the metal grates beneath your feet, like an old tune playing in your head, you realize this is Sky Killer Base.
Oh. Dang, it's not even like old Death Star, it's
It's
Star Killer. Oh no. Okay. I think he looks slightly more agitated, like the frown as he's walking. He's like, "Are you sure that you are okay to fight, Kim?" Oop.
Yeah, I'm good. Let's go. Let's just try and stick together this time.
That's the goal. No more splitting up now, minus what we've already did. I think he looks behind him for a moment because we've already split up. But I think he looks also then at Sarah and he goes, "I know this base."
Oh, have you been here before?
Yes.
Okay, well, I mean, then you should know maybe the best way that we should go. This is all, like, whispered, for what it's worth.
Yeah. And I think he's gonna start, and I assume, leading the way which is probably still the same corridor. It's like there's not really any choices to probably make.
And
Yes, I know the best way. It's the one way.
It's the one way.
the rooms almost feel form out of memory for you, Ben. As you're not sure what's happening, but it's almost like it's reacting as you kind of step forward, building slowly out of your... And as you walk down, you hear the echoing of 3 sets of footsteps approaching from one of the crossroads.
Wait a minute. He puts his arm out. He's just gonna be like, "We are people coming."
And skidding into view are 3 people who you have seen at probably various stages, but they almost look more human-like than they ever have before, more filled with emotion. As you see, leading the trio is a blonde woman, kind of probably would say like in her older teens, not yet 20, kind of like how the rest of the Dandelions ages are, followed by a younger boy with kind of like spikier light brown, almost blonde hair, and then another girl who looks to be slightly older than both of them, with kind of long light brown hair as well, a kind of white dress. And they all turn to the blonde girl as they come across you, as all 3 of them intersect.
Oh joy, more company. And immediately like kind of puts hands back a little bit, making sure that the other 2 are staying behind me.
And the younger brown-haired lad looks around and is just like, we've been running in this place for so long, and I'm done with this.
I think Elrena, I'm not 100% sure on pronunciation of this name.
That sounds better than mine, so let's go with that.
Sure. Elrena, like, kind of scans over this new group of people and kind of says, huh, you don't fit. Except maybe you. And points at Kylo.
Well, that answers my question. You're not seekers.
You're not seekers.
I'm not a seeker.
Let's hands down a little bit.
They all do the dramatic pose behind you.
You said you were, or your friend said that you guys were running. Are you looking for something? Are you running away from something?
We're looking for the same thing you are. And the other girl kind of looks. We're looking for the reactor core.
Do any of you know the way?
Good news. We're all going the same way then.
Great. Lead on.
And as
He
you're-
looks. He doesn't have time to roll his eyes because he's just like whatever allies we have or whatever allies we have. We've known you for 3 seconds, but you seem to be more on our side than their side. So we're friends now, I suppose. Let's go.
And Ventus is like walking, but a little confused. It's like, hey, Elrena, they're after Kingdom Hearts 2. We're not gonna fight them.
I'm debating. See, everything is shifting constantly. I'd like to wait and see. Just a beat.
And you could see Ventus look back at Ben and kind of give him the shifty eyes before looking back and nodding. All right, trust you.
Don't trust them.
And you can see Stritzelia almost gives like a cheery little laugh as she kind of like puts a hand on your shoulder, Elrena. turning to Ventus. She wants to make sure we find Larium in here. Let's go with what we can. We have no need to fight right now.
Elrena looks away indignantly, but does not protest, and maybe Strelitzia's right. Would never admit it.
And you all kind of continue down into Starkiller Base. And Ventus is kind of like, as you would know, I don't know if you never got his name, Ben or Sarah or Kim, but Ventus is just, he looks on edge. And then Treselia is just kind of chilling out. Looks to actually be happy to be with a big group. But they definitely are looking to the one that you heard called Elrena to guide them.
I think that. Sorry, go ahead.
How exactly did the three of you start running the place? Because aren't you, little young for it? Maybe, I don't know.
Young? I'm sorry, are you calling us young?
I am. You look young.
What? You look to be almost the same age we are.
Yeah, we've been through plenty. We know how to handle ourselves. Do you?
Yes.
Great.
Dead.
Then we're in the same boat then, or ship, or whatever this is.
It's a spaceship. Well, it's a space weapon. It's a military base, a world-destroying weapon, you know.
A star killer, one might say.
Yes, a star killer, one might say.
Now you're just making things up.
No, I'm
yeah,
not.
that sounds pretty
Whoever
funny.
named this base must have really thought it was a dumb joke. It is. Ben, Ben, you're just like, and you hear in the back of your head, Ben goes,
I'm not gonna lie, boss. It's a pretty bad name. On the nose.
Yeah. Yep.
Death Star. You're basically putting a sign that says, hey, guys here.
It was. Yep. I helped build this weapon.
I just imagine we like cut to like what Venom's thinking, and it's just Ben punching the wall with like the gummy
Yeah.
blot. It's like making it the gummy
Gummy
blocks.
So
Oh, no.
you helped build it, and you named it Starkiller?
No, I didn't name it Star Killer. I was
Good.
just the
That's
person who
going
helped
to
with
make
this.
walking next to you much easier.
I didn't make it now. I made it a long time. You get how this works.
Dead. We're all dead.
Yes, we're all dead.
Oh, by the way, no one else can hear Venom's voice, Alrena. Just
Cool.
Ben, but you can hear
I
Ben's side.
figured.
Yeah, but you can hear Ben's side of the conversation, which is the funny part.
Go ahead.
Rolling eyes. Not. We are working as a temporary same goal scenario. I don't need to invest too much in whatever is going on here.
Sarah just like leans in as they're making their way to Ben and just say, you know, even if you did name it, we all make mistakes. It's okay. And like pats him on the back comfortingly, not intentionally, like totally burning him in the process.
Thanks, Sarah. Thanks.
You
What are
mentioned
friends
the Seekers. You've encountered them.
I mean, yes, we've been encountering them this whole time. We defeated 2 outside. And now we're in here. How many does that make us have left?
5.
5.
I've
Yes.
counted.
Ben would have been keeping track, but me,
Just like
Lucian,
the little
can't
bingo
count.
book, you know, it's I think we like cut to like Ben's head and like it's almost like that anime cutaway where it's just like the icons, the portraits of all the 13 seekers they've
It's like,
seen so far, and just X's because you've seen every seeker now.
Yeah.
Instead of Jiminy's journal, it's Venom's journal.
Venom's mind board because Venom can't write a journal. It just
And
be,
then
like,
you have like little comments, like you have little arrows with like little comments in black that are definitely Venom's.
oh yeah, they're
You know,
definitely
like
yeah definitely
stupid
on
hair.
yeah on Bill Cipher it says this guy's an asshole. For sure.
There's 5 left. And I assume at least 2 of them are in here. If not all 5.
I know of at least one, though we haven't encountered them yet.
Which one?
Some reality warping mess.
Oh. Yes. I believe they're taken care of.
Oh, is
The
that
triangle?
so?
A triangle?
Oh no, this is not. It's
No,
not the triangle.
Dark Phoenix, Sarah whispers.
Yeah. Oh, nope. Nope. She's not taken care of yet.
You
Never
knew that,
mind.
Ben. Don't worry.
The
I know
original
that.
reality
Okay,
warper.
there are several reality warpers.
There's 2. It's Dark Phoenix and Cypher are like the 2. To be honest, Dark Phoenix is like the original reality warper. I feel.
You're giving me a lot of confidence in what you're doing here.
I don't really need your confidence. It's fine.
Hmm.
And you see Stritzlia kind of take a look back and is like, let's not fight. We helped each other outside, didn't we?
She's right. We should all work together.
That's the goal.
Who said I'm fighting? I'm just being constructively critical.
You'll get used to that. Arena's actually got a really sweet heart. And just like,
What?
he skips like ahead. And Ventus
Oh,
is
she
like,
did not just say that.
Ah, you're a softie.
No! No, I'm not soft. I'm very edgy.
the 2 like
Don't look at me!
antennas, like the lightning.
I like her.
Sarah just giggles. It's like a knowing giggle. But she doesn't say anything.
Stomps off after them.
And just like kind of Ventus is looking around at the 4 of you and goes, so are you 3 are Keyblade users as well, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Well, we're like the original Keyblade users. We were specifically chosen to succeed the war. Not your war, another war.
There's another war?
Yeah, we're kind of not in that world line right now, or I don't know. Brain would tell you that we're not actually like the whatever. It's confusing. All I know is I remember that, and we all remember that.
Okay, it's good to know. It's good to know that you can handle yourself in a battle.
Mhm. We fought darkness. Yeah.
That
They're just
will
like
be very
looks,
useful.
yeah, looks over at
Ben.
Ben
Oh,
for
no.
a moment, and then is like, "Well, Kim's right. Yeah, that will be very useful."
Oh, the 3 of you, are you wearing your Keyblade armor, Sarah, Ben, Kim?
Yeah.
I assumed it
I mean,
was still
no
on from the
No helmet. I think at least the helmet's probably under his arm.
So we never really got into this last episode, and I
We
actually
never described it.
Yeah,
We-
can you go ahead and describe what your Keyblade armor looks like? Oh, snap! We got 5 subs coming in from Zoe. Thank you. Perfect.
Yeah, she just exposed you that you weren't even subbed.
All right, Zoe. Never mind.
Anyway, so I think Sarah's armor, not to get into like intricate armor details, but I think it looks similar to Aqua's, where it's kind of like more, like feminine shaped. The little well, she doesn't have her helmet on now, but I think when it was on, it's got like little ear bits, and they kind of go back. And I think the armor itself is like a light silver color with pink accents, and then it probably has some details that are kind of reminiscent of the swirly crystalness of Cocoon and Pulse.
Aw.
And Final Fantasy 10, not 10-2. That's the different game. 13-2. Crystalness. Yeah, that's my description of it.
I think that's pretty accurate. I could see it in my head. What about you, Ben? What you got?
We kind of actually went into Ben's a little bit, that it was the typical the plated, except then also Venom kind of fused with it, so it was
black and
all black and edgy. Yeah.
I have the insignia, the Venom symbiote insignia.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay.
Yeah. There's a good reason for anybody to look at him and go, maybe you're the Seeker of Darkness right now.
What about you, Kim? How's your Keyblade armor?
I like to think of Kim's battle suit, the one from the cartoon, but with golden accents, and a little sturdier, looking at actual armor now instead of just modified cat suit. That's kind of how it goes.
Okay. And something interesting happens as you kind of get to the end of the hallway. Ben, actually, I think everyone could hear this. You can hear the igniting of a lightsaber, and you can hear the phrase, "I know what I need to do. I don't know if I have the strength to do it," echoing.
Yeah, but do we recognize the voice?
I say you would. I think it's pretty easy, especially out of Ben's shock, probably.
Yeah, I think Ben immediately puts his hands over his ears at this point.
I think we probably pause at that.
Oh yeah.
We kind of stop. And I think I would like to deep dive.
Sure.
Because this is, clearly that didn't
No.
Something's not right here.
Yeah, you messed up. It messed up the jazz for sure.
Yeah, didn't they know we were listening to jazz? Okay. Cool. Well, we all know that I'm very good at hearts, so fingers crossed. Well, it's a 7, so at least it was a success. I think we'll just go with what here is not as it seems.
That's a really loaded question. Nothing is as it seems. As you can kind of tell, that this whole setting is not really the place you're in. You're not in Star Killer Base. You're not hearing any of these. Matching up with the information you got before from Arena, the reality warping, whoever is here, or whoever is in this is one of the Seekers, is basically taking your memories and inflating them on a huge projector screen for all to see. But the projector screen is this world. So you're probably still in the Death Star, but you're not entirely sure what the space is actually.
Okay, cool. So then I think Sarah is going to put a hand on Kylo's shoulder in a comforting sort of way and be to the group, not just to Ben. I think it's Dark Phoenix. I think she is warping reality. She's taking our memories and trying to use them against us. So it'll be okay if we together.
I think if there's because we hear it, so it's coming from a room or it's coming from a hallway.
No, it's coming from all around. Almost.
It's coming from all around. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. There's no closing a door about it. Okay. Never mind. He goes, yeah. Yep. It's not.
Maybe if we get to the reactor, then maybe we can stop it.
Right, faster to the reactor then.
but carefully, still carefully.
And almost like answering Sarah, Sarah says, "This is nothing. This is just like fake." You hear, a man's voice, a voice that only you recognize, Sarah. Here, "I'll stand by you, no matter what happens. I'm yours, forever." And the distant sound fireworks as you continue deeper in.
I think like even just because that's typically I mean it's a sad memory, but it was a happy moment. But just knowing that it's like just a memory is like she has to once again just like compartmentalize that and be like deal with that later. Continue on towards the reactor.
Did Sarah make a face that was as clear as the face
Oh,
you made
she
when you
probably
did it?
didn't necessarily make that face, but there was probably some amount of like hesitation, like you
Like a
know they were
sobbing.
making their way and like a stutter step and maybe like a look around.
I think when she stops to look around, Ben will gently take her by the hand and give a little tug, like you said, it's all just memories.
Right. Yeah. Let's keep going.
Kim's going to walk like right in between the two of them, like a little bit further back.
Yeah.
Almost as if she's watching them. And as they walk down, she's going to say, "Well, there's only one way of really making this stop. We need to find whoever's doing this. And then it's going to be gone. Let's go."
KP, where are you? I'm all alone. I can't
not
find
true.
Rufus. I don't even have the what is the name of the taco place in Kimball? I'm drawing a blank.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Bueno Nacho? Is that what it is?
Bueno
Bueno
Nacho.
Nacho, yeah.
I don't even have Bueno Nacho with me. It's just dark. Real dark. And just
I have one question, Nick. How much of her memories are back? Everything is back? She
yeah, I
knows
would say
everything
everything's
now again?
everything's back.
Okay. It's not real. It's not wrong. It's not real. And she kind of keeps repeating that to herself, almost like a mantra, that she's trying to convince herself that she's not actually hearing Ron's voice. But you guys can see that her eyes get watery as she tries to push forward.
And then-
Kim. Look at me, I'm being a friend.
You're doing a good job.
Good job, man. I believe in you. Mhm.
He'll also pull Kim along and go, whatever you have to tell yourself. But if it was real, we wouldn't let him stay there.
Arena.
Well, if it was real, Ron is a very resourceful person, and then she's kind of going to laugh to herself. He'd find a way to find me. He'd find a way to find us. He always does.
Arena, you feel Ventus tug on your as he whispers to you. What's going on? I can hear him. And Arena, you can start to hear it too, and everyone else can. As you hear shouting, you hear "Everyone go! Everyone leave!" From one of your former comrades. You can feel, "I'll trap it in here with me. It's fine. We'll meet each other again one day, I swear." And then darkness.
Is it Lorium?
It doesn't sound like that. It sounds like another voice. A voice you haven't heard in a very long time.
Gosh, it could be anybody. I will call out.
Ah, yes. Finally, someone responds and calls out. Amazing. And as you do so, you watch as the ground beneath you starts to crack and crumble, tearing away like paint, revealing a new atmosphere. as you see you are in a place that is something not born out of your memories, Raina. It's something very informal. You see very strange, almost like another venue. It looks to be a futuristic city. You're on the scape of it. There is floating orange platforms, green lights, skyscrapers. A place right out of a science fiction novel. And
Where are we?
only one of you knows where you're at. Sarah, you feel yourself stop for a moment. And you feel the sleeping Mog in your backpack or your little bag start to wake up and kind of snuggle against you, shiver for a second. As you're back in academia, you flash back to a moment, remembering your last time you were here, your fight with Cassia.
Sarah holds Mog close comfortingly and says, I've been here before, except I mean, I don't think we're really here, right? This is just from my memories.
What is this place?
A city. A city of the future.
A city without hope.
Well, hope was there a little bit.
As you see a figure form onto the purview, followed by two other figures joining them. And as the light begins to illuminate them, let's just take a quick 2-minute break and bring our guest stars in. As all of you remember one of these faces, but only one of you knows the second. Be right back in just 1 minute.
I am.
Don't look at it. All right. So we kind of come back to it as we are initially welcome to our 2 new guest stars. Please quickly introduce yourself, but don't tell us who you're playing just yet.
Oh yeah, hey, it's me, Wally, your favorite non-binary slime on the best friend on the internet. Who I'm playing is.
Well, we've seen Wall. We all know Wall.
We've seen
That's
before, you
okay.
know,
Yeah.
but, yeah.
We're trying to
Hi.
evolution.
Hi, I'm Christina. I'm also non-binary, and you can find me on the internet as well. And I'm also playing.
All right. So as we turn and we see the 3 people on top of the building, you see the first person, the voice that initially called out, looks to be like Venom, but is red with mixtures of black in it. Lankier than Venom and more wild looking as appendages strike out from him. You recognize this as Carnage. And then you see Xanatos. Do you look any differently than you did before? Have you upgraded your suit a bit? Are your clothing a little bit fancier?
Oh no, the suit still looks immaculate, red and black, gigantic gargoyle-looking, Iron Man-looking suit. Just maybe a bit shinier. That's about it.
And last but certainly not least, can you describe your character?
Yeah, you see a tall man with curly hair and a wicked scar above his eye, kind of twirling the hilt of a lightsaber in his right hand, or is it a hand?
As Ben, you stare into the eyes of a person you have only heard stories about, a person that you at one point idolized as a god, as you see the young and unarmored form of your grandfather, Anakin Skywalker.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Is anybody? I think. Ooh. Ooh. I'm sorry, Ashley. I think Ben runs at Anakin.
Like sword drawn?
Yeah, like lightsaber drawn.
You hear the ignition of a lightsaber as Kylo, you surge forward towards Anakin.
Sarah just goes, Ben, no, but he's like gone.
I mean, I think if there's enough distance and you're like, Ben, no, and I'm halfway through, I think he'll be like raised like this, it'll stop.
You don't want to hold the dramatic jump across?
Oh, okay, it could be the jump across. All right, the force leap. Yeah. There's like a flip in there because it's the force, and we can't not have a flip.
Anakin, response?
Are you going to hit me? Do you have intent of hitting me? Or do I know that you're going to pull your punch right as you land?
Ooh. I think that second one. Because I think he goes to do it because he's overtaken with some like dark rage going on. Sarah's like, Ben, no, and then it like again hits him that like Anakin's his grandfather, so he's gonna like start to swing it down, and maybe he like I don't know if you're gonna use a counterattack, but otherwise he's gonna probably just
like,
and miss in some dramatic way.
To him.
Yeah.
I think he just stands there and watches, like clearly feeling the force. And feeling that you had no intention of actually harming him, and will reach out a gloved hand for your shoulder.
Oh, I just imagine the lightsaber almost comes straight down to Anakin, just stops at the last moment. We see like the cut of Kylo breathing very heavily, sweat.
In the mask.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna reach up and take your hand that's on the lightsaber. Put my hand on yours.
Oh boy. Well, that's a moment that's happening, and I think the lightsaber turns off for a moment, at least in this second, and it's just a very quiet grandfather.
Hello, young Ben.
Oh God, the attention he so deserved as a child.
What are you waiting for? We should kill them!
Wait. We don't need to kill them. This is my grandson. I need to speak with him.
Carnage looks around, looks at Xanatos, looks at the others. Well, how about this? You speak with your relative, and we'll handle the rest. All right? You have until we're done cleaning them up.
Hey, not even saying hi to your dad, Carnage? On the inside?
Oh, I'll be back for him eventually.
Well, I mean, honestly, no matter what the situation turns out to be, some kind of patricide or filicide is about to happen. So why don't we get started and skip all the preamble? I mean, I could just greet myself to all of you. Sarah, hi. How's it going over this? Are you going to stand in my way again like last time, or you're actually going to fight this time?
Sarah gives you remember that moment in Kingdom Hearts 2, I think, where Sora like glared at one of the organization members, and the organization member was like, "Ah, yes, he used to glare like that at me." Basically, Sarah's just giving that like glare back at Xanatos, and she's got like her hands out, and like you can see like this magic starting to collect, just as like she's watching the situation very closely to make sure that like nothing is about to happen. So she's just like on her guard, and she says, "We won't let you stand in our way."
Elrena, Kim, what do you have to say about that? This is just going on. You have not signed up for this family drama, whatever it is. There's some enemies in front of you.
Great, you know them.
They're
Has
seekers.
the plan changed?
No. Maybe. Sarah just like looks over at where like Ben and Anakin are still.
Okay, so quick reference here, Sarah. Who's related to who? Who am I not supposed to kick?
I think it's just them. And Sarah like gestures to where
Anakin and
Ben
Kylo,
and
yeah.
Anakin are.
Carnage will be like, no,
Okay.
no, that's also me. And he points to Ben.
No, Carnage is evil.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is so weird because I was just thinking like seekers equal bad. So maybe we should do something about that?
It's a little more complicated than that, but
Ventus looks outwards and goes, complicated? Doesn't seem like a word I need to use. As he rushes forward, the reverse keyblade drawn as he transforms into his armor and leaps across to try to strike at Xanatos.
Oh boy. Okay, I would like to use my move for this mirror match for this one.
Go ahead and roll, please. I'll take out a
Ooh.
seeker myself.
Okay,
That is a 10.
Uh-oh. All right. Take hold of the narrative. What happens?
So Ventus just pretty much just like full rushes in kind of thing, jumps up at me to try to strike me down with his keyblade, and Xanatos just holds out his hand, just catches it in midair. It just grips the keyblade with his armor hand, like super fast, precise reflexes.
Ben!
And he just looks up at Ventus like, you know, I did some research on you too. I mean, I did research on everyone here. You are a bit of a reckless guy, and you kind of lead. You kind of telegraph every single one of your moves. Oh, do you know what I practice? I practice a martial arts called judo. That means judo being anyone who attacks me, I counter them exactly like I'm doing to you right now. And he just throws Ventus like 20 yards away.
Are you attempting to hit one of the buildings? Because you're like floating over the
Oh,
cityscape,
totally.
or are you trying to plummet him down below?
Oh, totally. Just throws him right into a building.
Oh, as you watch Ventus just break through one of the buildings, kind of skidding across as he hangs out towards the side. His armor already partially kind of cracked a bit as he gets up weakly. That hurt. That hurt a lot.
So, who's next?
I rush over to Ben.
Oh, just leave me here for a second. I'll be fine. Hold on. Yeah.
I'm gonna attack Xanatos too.
Okay. All right. This is a
I
roll.
think like as I'm not gonna stop it or anything,
Yeah,
but
that's fine.
as Elrena like I imagine she gets like a look of like determination as she starts to like make her way over,
So
and she's just
mad,
like,
yeah.
"Be careful. We need to be careful with these seekers. They're very strong."
So go ahead and
I have
Oh yes, Kim.
I have a question. Did he take any harm when he fell?
Oh, Xanatos or Ventus?
Ventus.
Yes, Ventus took a decent amount of harm.
May I consider him an ally?
Yeah, I think at this time you said you're all temporary truce.
So I'll go after, but just so I know, thank you.
Okay, awesome. So Reyna, you wanna just strike at Xanatos, correct?
Yes, yeah.
Awesome. Go ahead and roll me. Are you striking with anger, or are you striking with like trying to subdue Xanatos?
I'm thinking intent. I'm reactive right now, not super thoughtful.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, roll 2d6 plus dark and kind of narrate to me how does Elrena attack?
So that is an 8. And honestly, I do something similar to Ventus, kind of like keep the same beats of the running leap, but then at the last moment, completely change my strike with my blade, because Xanatos was just bragging at us. And that's an 8.
Cool. So you can deal harm. You can choose one.
Yeah, I think I'm going to follow up by landing and defending.
Okay. And Xanatos, did you want to mirror match it?
I'm going to mirror match it, yeah.
Cool. Go ahead and roll it.
That is an 11.
Ooh. Gosh dang!
So here's what happens. It's really, you go for the strike, and you go and you kind of like you do the switch up, and it almost gets Xanatos, who kind of reacts in a very robotic way almost, and is able to catch your blade, not like do the full catch in his hand, but he does it so he can just push it away with one of his armored gauntlets that's revealed under his suit. And you kind of fly back from each other, and you kind of skid across and you land, but you don't fall over. So you don't take any damage from that as you defended, but Xanatos actually canceled you out.
Now, see, you fight like a lot like the other one. A little bit more refined style, I want to say. It's very impressive. It's actually very impressive. I wish the other one fought like you. Two of you at the same time would be fantastic to square with. But anyway, let's see you. And he locks his eyes right on Kim. And he's like, I cannot have this. And he holds out his hand. He holds out an armored hand. And like a orange orb appears in the middle of it, and he just releases an energy blast right at Kim, and I'm going to be rolling for intent to harm.
Okay, and really quick before we do that, Kim, what were you doing? Because I do want to get you in the action.
Her action would be to try and strike to subdue him, but as he's attacking, I'm going to hold and let him attack, and I'll do something else instead.
Okay, so you wanna so you were saying trying to get to Ventus before, right? Oh, or no, you want to clash with Xanatos.
Yeah.
Okay. Both of you do a roll off then. As
Okay.
As Xanatos, you're just gonna laser barrage.
Okay, that is a 7 actually 9 for me.
All right, Kim.
At a 7.
All right, I'm gonna say just with that you dodge the lasers, and as you're kind of to go in, you're trying to strike him, Kim. At the last second, he kind of blasts you back. But you're able to block it with the Keyblade. You don't take any damage, but you do this like stalemate thing. Xanatos is very good at just stalemating. As we're gonna switch over, Sarah, what do you like to do? Because you're talking, but I don't know if you're trying to say anything, if you're trying to do anything.
Yeah, it was mostly just like a warning to the people who hadn't fought these people before, like, hey, we need to like work together and be like use strategy, but then they all like rush in, and Sarah's like, well,
like
okay,
that.
I guess we're going.
Stop, don't do that. And just like boom, 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 and like it's great though because it's like first person goes, Ventus gets trucked, Arena goes right after, they do the stalemate, Kim tries to go, and it's just like it's very like Xanatos feels fairly superior in the moment.
And Sarah's like, what did I tell you? So I think that she is going to he's still wearing that like Iron Man suit-ish type thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
cool. So I think that she remembering their last fight not that long ago is going to she's gonna keep her position kind of like so that she can kind of like see the whole battlefield,
Mhm.
because she has a bad feeling about whatever's going down with Ben and the stranger. But she's gonna cast some magic towards Xanatos.
Okay. And as that happens, I think it's time for us to kick up a little bit of the music right now.
Let me spend a link here to give myself advantage.
This is the one that goes copyrighted, but I don't care. I love this song.
Alright, that is nope. I can do math 12.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So-
I think it was gonna give you the watch together link for the people who don't have it, so you can hear the music.
You fool.
Okay, what'd you get, Sarah?
I got a 12.
All right, what's happening as you Mog's turning into the Keyblade or the staff?
I mean, I think at this point, considering it's the finale, he's
It's
probably
Keyblades.
just gonna be the Keyblade for most of the time.
Keyblades all the way down.
But I mean, it's magic, so it probably maybe she like shoots it off of the Keyblade. You know, it, like starts up on her arm and then like swirls down, and it's gonna be Now I know you've heard this one before, but
Bombastic.
yeah, but it's gonna be
What's the ice?
it's ice. Surprise! And like you see this ice shoot out and like hits right towards like Xanatos' feet and starts to crawl like up his armor. And the choices I'm gonna make are to inflict a semi-permanent condition, bypass defenses, and be bombastic. I don't know what that means, but
Really, yeah. Since you are using magic on Xanatos, really quick, you are rolling
Yep.
with a disadvantage. Can you roll me one more die?
Oh. I will. So I spent a link to roll with advantage, so I can just like re-roll again and roll just normal.
Okay, that's fine. Honestly, if you want to, you could just re-roll the second.
Okay, yeah. That's still a 10.
Awesome. Okay, that still happened. Xanatos, even through the magic dampening arm, you feel your ice begin to kind of lock you into place onto the building that you're at. And before we get to you, though, we're gonna cut the camera back to Kylo and Anakin as this conversation is happening, as like fighting is going on around, and you see even Carnage take a leap off and start to scuttle into battle as you two are left alone.
Why did Carnage lay claim to you?
His father is inside me, holding me together.
Yes. It is I.
It's Venom.
Introduce me.
I sense the
have
darkness inside you, but I did not think it would be this pervasive.
Well, you weren't really here for my life, so...
No. I'm sorry, I
But-
could not be.
I think he narrows his eyes and he goes, I'm strong like you now.
You have put your feet into the footsteps of my path, have you not?
I have.
And see where it's led me. Ben. And he holds out a hand. See what I've become.
Are you actually a seeker or just a manifestation they've summoned?
Does it matter? What do you think?
God, I can't count. Lucia can't count. Lucia can't count, so Lucia can't tell if there's a slot in the 13 for Anakin or not. I'd like to deep dive then to find out this answer.
Go ahead.
We'll see. We'll see. It's a heart stat. All my other stats are... Ooh, okay. Nope, that's a 4.
I just
That's
love
a
how
four,
this
so you tell
conversation's
me-
happening, and there's just fighting going all around. As like Xanax
you-
just is like, like doing the Iron
It's
Man
just-
spin.
Just destruction in the background. So it's a failure, so you tell me something I wish wasn't true.
Something that you wish wasn't true. The person in front of you is not a manifestation, which I think is something you don't want it. That would be, you wish you can just deny. You can't just deny this thing away. This is a real person.
So it's
in
really
front of you.
Anakin. Yeah.
You're not sure if it's like on the same level as like a full seeker, like summon. You're not sure if it's a replica, like the dandelions are. But you know that
Regardless.
that this is the person in front of you.
It's not an illusion, which makes it worse.
And
It would be better if it was an illusion.
the part that you don't want to hear is that all the power that you have in you, everything you wanted to be as a Sith, Anakin has that. Even to the style, you know, the way that they reacted to your first initial blow, this foe might outclass you on a different level. You're not sure.
So I'm still not strong enough, is what the takeaway there is. Kind of.
Or maybe
well,
you have
that's
a
his
different kind of
takeaway.
strength.
Maybe we have friends. I have friends. That's what I got. I got a friend or two. Take some stairs, Ben. Count this level. He looks at Anakin and he goes. yes, I guess I see where it got you. And where it got you in life. But I'm not going to make those same mistakes.
Good. How are you going to do that? Turn around, walk through me. I don't want to fight you, Ben.
Then you either fight with us against the Seekers, or I have to fight you.
I can't fight with you. You must turn back.
I think
There
he
can
turns
only
his... No, keep saying it.
There can only be two of us. Two Sith.
Two of us. I knew it was coming. Ah! Okay.
Do you want to take your place? Or do you want to turn and go home?
I think he turns his lightsaber on. And the crackling of the unstable hilts and everything, and he goes, if you cannot stand with me as a Force user and not as a Sith, then I have to cut through you to go home.
Once I wish that I could put my feelings aside, and I wish that I could not feel them. And that wish came true. I'm gonna cut on my lightsaber as well. I do not wish that for you, grandson.
Well, the difference is that my emotions are my strength, as are my friends. And I think he's gonna strike to subdue.
Rolling with light. Go
I'm gonna
ahead.
roll with light.
Whoa.
He doesn't want to have to kill him, but he's like, well, you're not... Okay, it's a 10. Exactly.
Okay. What
And I have dry form, so I can choose from both strike with intent and strike to subdue. But I'm going to choose to defend myself from harm. I'm going to... And my second one is going to be... Force a change of location, and can I have the high ground?
Are you gonna... Okay.
Hey!
As we imagine the narrative happens, you end up going in, and you go almost to the blunt side as you force push Anakin back. Anakin, you're gonna take 1 point of damage as you two just start striking up the building and start fighting up this skyscraper.
Awesome.
There we go.
And we're kind of switching the camera back as Carnage, like, looks up. And it's just like, you're fun, Skywalker. I'm gonna come for him eventually. And he's gonna tear and look at the rest of the group. Eeny, meeny, miny. Arena, please roll to defend from harm as Carnage lashes out trying to strike you.
Great, cool. Remind me. Nope, I found it. That is 9.
Okay, you're gonna roll with the 9. Not a bad roll at all. Okay, so do you want to expose yourself to danger, or do you want me to make a move? Which could mess up anyone here.
I'm gonna let you make a move.
That's awesome. As you kind of go in, and Carnage trying to strike out at you. His like limbs extending like the claws, and you're just like doing that dodge back and forth.
Slide.
As he kind of looks for a second, and you watch as he spins. As Ventus is trying to come in with another attack, and he spins and he hits Ventus back again, striking against, leaving 3 gash marks in Ventus's chest. As Ventus is sent back, skinning across. Ventus looks and goes, "Not today!" As he throws his Keyblade, striking Carnage, and sends him upwards. Tretzelia looks for a second, and wielding her Keyblade, you see her mummer, Baraka. And an explosion whips out of her Keyblade as a fireball launches smacking Carnage head on as Carnage shrieks, landing on the ground, looking angrier as his flesh begins to bubble. Thanatos, what are you doing?
After doing that like laser barrage, he sees Adventus through their weapon, and he's like, First rule combat kid, never distance yourself from your main form of attack. And I would like to use one of my gambit moves, and what is that one called? These are my gambit moves called, actually no, Divide the Field.
Ooh.
And he holds up his fingers and he just snaps his fingers. And what you see like 12 dots appear in the sky. And these 12 Steel Clan suits just start zooming down from above, and they all fly in formation, and they all zoom around Ventus, keep separating himself from everyone else. And Xanatos just flies down into the middle of that group, and the Steel Clan members shut Ventus and Xanatos off from the rest of the crew. And he looks down at Ventus and he says, now I'm going to tell you this. I'm not a sadist. I'm not someone who beats down on someone who's at the end of their ropes just to gloat it over them. I'm going to give you a chance. So why don't you stand up, call your little keyblade back, and then we can have a little bit of a one-on-one fight. How's that? I mean, I'm certain you want to impress a certain amount of people in this crowd, right?
And just recalls it, and he just kind of hits it. He's like, entering drive form. And he goes and he looks at you. Mind field. And he tries to cast magic at you. I'm letting you have narrow control here, Xanatos. What's going on?
Okay. As soon as he tries to cast that magic, how do I do this? Well, one, he's gonna roll disadvantage against me.
Okay, he doesn't roll, so it's just not that effective against you.
Okay. As soon as he tries to cast that magic against me, I hold out my hand and I just grab the tip of the keyblade, and you see the magic like just kind of like flow into his armor, and that is when the regeneration kicks in. I get back one of my harm points that was done to me earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And he just looks down at Ventus and just goes to slam him into the ground hard. And I'll be rolling for harm. Or
you know what? I think for the roll, I think you just do this. I'm just letting you narratively do this.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. You're the PC. You're fighting the NPC.
Okay. So
you slam him to the ground.
I slam him into the ground. I slam him once, and I says, "You got to get back up, or I'm going to do it again." And if Ventus starts to move, he slams him again. Are you going to get back up? And as soon as Ventus moves, he does it again. He does it over and over and over again,
and you
pretty
can
much
hear
hulking
the
him like
sickening
on the ground.
cry of metal shattering as the last thing remaining of Ventus is a scared, huddled up boy in shattering armor who just cannot move at this point.
He looks down at Ventus. He like crouches down next to him. Remember what I said. I'm not a person who beats down someone who's at the end of the rope, but I am someone who will finish off someone who's obviously defeated. And he holds his hand out for a killing blow on Ventus.
And you don't hear it, Lorena. You don't see it, Sarah. But Kim, you definitely, the three of you can feel it. As a bright flash of light, and you can see blips of white energy rise into the sky, as if something has just faded from this. As the Steel Clan separates back into the sky formation, and Xanatos just sits there. It just stands there.
Yeah, like as soon as they separate, you see Xanatos turn around and look specifically at Elena and Kim like, well, that's one.
I am not having this. I would love to. Well, I scream first off and run towards Xanatos again, but this time instead of coming within range, I would like to use my move 1000 Birds.
Yes.
Raina,
Rage is spite and rage is very palpable right now.
Oh, so palpable.
Spend your
And
link with Ventus.
yes, yeah. And in my fury, lightning storms down around Xanatos from above.
All right, roll me to cast magic. You're gonna do it at a disadvantage though because of Xanatos' armor. We'll get back to you in just a second though. Sarah, what are you doing? Or Kim, what are you doing? I didn't even. What's going on?
Sarah, wanna do something first?
I think that what I want to do is help out with whatever Kim is about to do. So you describe what you want to do first, and then I'll describe how helping out looks.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is just going to look at Sarah and say, let's see how many people he can emulate. And as Arena is attacking him, and she's going to kind of signal for Sarah to do the same with magic. And she's going to combine, if Nick allows me, 2 of her moves. First, the move that gives her a +1 to strike to subdue, and an ally gets harmed.
Yep.
And because she knows that Xanatos is going to strike back, she has a move that whenever she strikes to subdue, she can choose to defend from harm instead.
Awesome. So go ahead and roll your strike to subdue +1. We have the cast magic. We have the strike to subdue. Sarah, what would you like to do?
I think that as seeing like there's that kind of moment of like nonverbal communication between Kim and Sarah, like let's do this together sort of thing. Sarah sort of grounds herself as Kim moves to strike, and I think that she is going to, I don't know exactly how this looks, but she's going to use her magic to try her best to sort of distract Xanatos, so that mechanically this is going to be a limit break.
Okay.
To try to help out a friend, but like flavorfully, she's trying to use her magic to like distract Xanatos so that hopefully Kim can do a little better.
Let's go.
Just clarifying, because she's also going to defend from harm, should I roll with mastery or light?
You're gonna roll with light, but first, before that happens, we're gonna do this in backwards order. Sarah, roll me that light for limit break.
Yes, I got a 7.
Awesome.
So I'm going to spend a link.
And you're gonna get another +1, Kim. Kim, roll that with that. Remember that +2 bonus you have now for your light strike to subdue. This music does let you tune out to it. Also, I feel like it should be noticed that you all look up for a second and you see one of the skyscrapers just explodes as something that's a clash runs up it.
This is like some Kingdom Hearts 2.
So, she got an 11.
Awesome. What are you choosing?
Let me see.
Defend from self-harm, I'm guessing is one of them.
Yeah, defend from harm. Can she still cause damage?
Subdue, you automatically deal harm, yes. But you can either take something from them, force to change the location, or de-escalate the situation.
Take something from them. Can she try and break any parts of his armor?
Yes, that's exactly what I was saying. Alrina, go ahead and what was your original? You can roll. You don't have to roll with disadvantage. What was your roll?
Yes! Okay, that makes it a 10.
So this attack goes out where we see Sarah. You know, Xanatos looks and it's just like, all right, who's next? As you do this like Trinity attack, as Sarah goes in, because you're basically casting magic to distract, right?
Yeah.
You cast like a solar flare as you hear Mog go, Kupo! And Xanatos is blinded for a second as his magic dampening armor goes off. You see Kim rushing forward, taking advantage of the situation and striking against Xanatos. Xanatos, you're going to take 1 harm. And you watch as you feel a critical component is destroying your armor for a moment as Elrina rains down lightning, doing great harm. And just you're shocked to your system as you take an additional 2 harm from that.
Hey. Some big damage there.
Feels good. You took my friend from me.
I'm sorry, but I don't know who you're talking about. That's a lot of people I've done that to.
You're gonna have to be a little more specific.
I'm gonna be a little bit more specific. But yeah, he gets rocked by all that lightning and that damage, and when he gets hit, he gets sent flying backwards, and he slams into one of the buildings, taking all that harm. And he kind of pushes himself up, shakes his head. He's like, "That won't happen again." And you kind of hear it in his voice. He doesn't sound cocky. He actually sounds he's taking this serious now. And he looks at Kim Possible, because since Kim just dealt that damage to him, I'm going to use the move from my gambit. I'm going to use Steel Wing on Kim.
Awesome. So here is what goes down. We're going to cut back just for a second. And you know what? I think let's start shifting. We're going to shift the music a bit as we go to Kylo and Anakin. What is going on? Both of you describe the scene for me. You don't have to make rolls. Just tell me what narrative is going on right now.
I think that Anakin will shift into, you see the teacher come out, and he just kind of swirls the saber and says, "All right, Ben, show me your forms. The basics. Let's go."
You're muted, Lucian. I know.
I don't remember all the forms by name, but I can give you them. Let me look up.
You want the Sith form or the
No,
Jedi forms?
I mean, he's got to start. Their lightsaber forms are kind of. He's got to start with the. He's got to start with the lightsaber ones. I mean, he doesn't have the right lightsabers for all of these, so he'll start with is it Shicho? Oh man, I only use
Shicho is form 1. Yeah.
I use all the games that I play for Star Wars. I always use Nimin, so I'm like, oh gosh, I'll already get all these other form styles. So it's gonna probably be some like clashing like that, and he'll soon switch to Makashi, which is because it's so much more graceful. It goes from being really violent to more like a dance.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to be fair, he's probably gonna end up putting Form 7 in between all of them, because that's more like the form Anakin used, like Juyo. So he's gonna, like, every so often he's gonna do the like very, very nice and like almost ballerina-esque move, and then it's immediately gonna be like a boom, boom, and then it's gonna go back to that.
Good. No, he'll parry and.
Is it the one-handed, or are you using both?
I think at this point he's using both, and starting to fight back even. After you've gone through all the forms, he'll start to push you back a little.
I could see that going on in my head.
Yeah.
Kylo.
Show me what you've learned.
Ben, are you fighting? Roll either. Are you subduing or are you striking with intent?
I think we're still subduing.
Okay, you're using light. I like it. Go ahead and roll 2d6 plus light, please.
At least for now, because he's not been hurt yet. That is a 9. So I can choose one. I gotta make it choose one from either thing. I'm gonna not choose to defend myself of harm. I'm gonna choose to take control. Nope. Force a change of location. I'm gonna force us off the side of the building and towards. I don't think he can straight up force them right to all of his friends, but he's starting to move the fight towards his friends.
Because like Academia, the way that it is, it's a bunch of floating passing platforms. So you probably jump off like one of the buildings and land onto one of the floating ones. It's like the Mustafar fight all over again.
Yeah. Oh man.
Anakin,
I no longer have the high ground.
Defend and defend. What do you do?
I want to use Mastery of Forms, and I'm gonna whack you with some damage.
See what my mistake was? My mistake was not choosing to defend from harm, I see.
You
no.
take a point of damage.
Okay.
As it's a big fight. You don't know if you're gonna be able to heal in this fight. You're not sure. And you feel like as Anakin pushes back, he's not creating opening. He is taking advantage of the ones you just naturally give him. So it's very much like a teacher. Every wrong move, he's striking you. Every false step, he's tripping you up. He is pushing against you like a teacher to a student. You're gonna take disadvantage on your next roll.
Okay. I think he gets whacked with the saber. There's probably like a lash on his arm, and there's like a fairly loud like groan of frustration. Rather, like it's painful, but it's a frustrated pain. Like he's like, "You whacked me. I didn't like that you whacked me." Like when you spray a cat with water, and they're like, "At you." I think he's gonna like, for a moment before, because he's gonna have disadvantage, he's gonna stop for a moment. He's gonna like pat on it, and then shake his arm, and then get ready to fight. Go back to fighting.
Are you having a conversation through all this? Like more of just like the show me? Is there any more talking being done?
I mean, I think Ben is trying to go, if you're not one of them, you don't have to fight with them. We can fight as family.
What if I was? What if I was one of them? What would you do?
Ooh. And I think there's not a pause from Ben, there's just a pause from Lucian, because I like having my roleplay stuff challenged, and that's what's happening. I think Kylo goes, I am my own team. I work with my friends who are my allies, but that doesn't mean I have to be exactly like them. You can choose to be darkness and not a seeker.
Can you really? Can you separate the darkness from yourself?
And the minute you do say that, Venom surges forth out of you, Kylo, and just with blocks one of the strikes, looking intently.
Doesn't matter if he has darkness. I'll be there. No, do it.
Venom, don't say nice things. It's the day before your retirement. I feel it.
You're about to go. You're about to go to pension. Go home to your kids. The kids, and you look over and Carnage is just like raging. The kid.
The difference is that I have darkness, but I have friends I lead to protect from the darkness with. It's not just to be upset. It's to make others stronger.
You shouldn't need it. You don't need it. Strike out at Venom. Or where Venom was.
Venom like shrinks back. Oh no, that hurts.
I don't need you, Venom's my dad now. Ben probably in an alternate universe.
No!
But Venom. Do you need me to leave then?
I need to.
Am I gonna die if you leave me?
What about your hand? Aim at Sarah.
He's gonna say, Sarah! And he's gonna stick his hand out towards her.
As like a blob of venom just shoots out.
I respect that you don't like Venom, but he's doing this anyway.
I think she's mostly just too distracted to even like.
Just gets smacked in the back.
It's like whacked
as you get
by
this now little like, black
blob of
backpack,
venom.
don't you?
Hey, I'm here.
Venom?
Yes.
Is Ben okay? And she like finally looks over to where this like battle is slowly creeping towards
you
them.
see this like a blast go off as a building is slicing out half. Kim, you're gonna take a harm as Carnage rolls out and lashes out against you, kind of taking advantage of the fact that you were all having this face down Xanathus, and just cuts across your arm as it jumps on your back, trying to say, "Come on, let me in."
Is Xanatos also attacking her at the same time?
Well, oh yeah, Xanatos. Hold on.
I want to resolve what happens to Kim possible first.
Okay.
Okay, so she's going to defend from harm and try to toss.
All right, roll to defend from harm, please. Ashley, did you say it's okay? Ven should be used to it.
No, Ven should be used to it. Ven has been through a lot of
Ven gets murdered every
things.
game. Just imagine.
Tragic child.
Yeah.
Okay, she got a 10 to defend from harm. What I think that I want her to do, if possible, is that she wants to toss Carnot on top of Xanatos.
This leads perfectly into the gamut. Xanatos, what happens when Carnage lands on you?
So, when Carnage lands right on top of me, I look at this, look up at Carnage, and I look down to the three of them, and I stand up, and I go, Carnage, how about we have a nice little corporate merger?
My thoughts exactly. As you see, as Carnage forms around Xanatos, as he is baked in this red and black goo, you see the armor hardens, meaning claws, and you see Xanatos becomes almost more feral. Xanatos, how do you resolve that gambit?
And as soon as like the symbiote forms around him, he like spreads out the wings and he shoots at Kim, grabbing her by the head and slams her into the ground, just drags her across the ground to one building, slams her into another building, keeps on flying, drags her across that other building, and then shoots up into the air to do that seismic toss Pokemon move where he just flies through the air, does a bunch of circles, and just power bombs with her into the ground hard, creating this huge crater in the side of a building. But like, he doesn't do it into the ground, he does it into the side of one of those floating buildings, so she's just pressed up against it.
As this vicious combo happens, Kim, you can feel your armor begin to break off as you take 3 damage. Which I believe...
more like 0.
Yeah, brings you to 0. Oh.
More like 0 because Kim has a move called... Are you for real? Look who's winning. Once per roll, she can cancel every bit of damage that she would take, so she takes 0. She's perfectly fine.
All right, that's a one battle for once a time use as Kim defends, holding out as you try to push it, and your Kim's armor taking that damage. And I feel like Xanatos, are you saying anything as you're fighting?
As I'm fighting her, I am saying, like, I'm pretty much going like, look at you. I mean, I appreciate the fact that we have you, someone of your age, doing such great things in this field, but your armor is terrible. I don't know, whoever made it is probably a hack inventor. And, well, I'm sorry, but this is probably going to kill you. But then as soon as she, like, cancels out everything...
Yeah, she, like, turns to you and grips your hand, stopping the attack.
Huh. All right, then. I guess I'll have to take this even a bit more seriously.
And she says that, she's going to literally say, Are you serious? Look who's winning, and limit break.
Okay, so you're trying to set up an attack for someone else? Is that the idea?
What? Sorry?
You're trying to set up you're saying you're limit breaking, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're trying to go ahead and roll plus light.
Yeah. And
awesome. All right, who are you setting up the fight for? Because you're helping someone out. Who are you giving
Irina.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
going to kind of like scream something at her like, wanna take revenge? Now is your time.
Arena, what do? You have a +1 forward now.
I am going to, now that this move has kind of been opened for me, I'm going to leap, jump off a building, and try to swing at Xanatos from behind while he is distracted with Kim.
Striking with intent again, or?
Yes, with intent.
Okay, roll 2d6 plus dark, please. Sarah, what are you doing as this is going on?
Sweating a little first as that like move goes on, and she's like, "Oh no, Kim."
No, not another
I think
one.
Kim's okay. She makes it out. I think that so we saw like Carnage go on to Xanatos and like not come back out. And like was there I can't remember, was there like a visible like change in
Oh yeah, no,
his appearance?
Xanatos is covered
That,
in the carnage, like
Oh, okay, great. So if I remember correctly, because I don't know anything about Carnage, but in the Spider-Verse world, they learned that Carnage doesn't like fire, right?
Fire or sound, no.
Okay, cool. So then I think Sarah is going to she's still kind of keeping her distance from both of these battles in an attempt to be able to like keep an eye on both things happening. So she's going to cast magic kind of from afar. It's going to be a fire spell.
Disadvantage.
Yes.
And as it happens, Trisaliza comes up behind you and says, "Let's do this together."
There's like a nod of, yeah, teamwork.
Yeah, like yeah.
Yeah. Do you want me to roll?
Yeah, go ahead and roll
Okay,
with
I
advantage.
didn't-
Actually, no, roll with disadvantage. Sorry, I forgot.
Okay, I didn't know if
It'll be a more if you land it, it's a more bombastic move for sure.
well, I
even more-
rolled. I want to let you know that my 3 dice were 6, 6, and 4. So
Awesome. You can
So
go ahead.
that's a
You don't have
12.
to. You don't have to choose bombastic. You can just choose an additional one because
Okay.
Shatlia is already trained to make him bombastic.
we work together. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so then let's do a harm. Let's bypass defenses and let's I want to say inflict a semi-permanent condition in that like her goal with this is to like specifically target like Carnage. If she can like affect their like merger, I don't know enough about how these symbiotes work, and Sarah probably doesn't either. Like if she can like burn away at like their connection in some fashion, that's kind of what she's going for.
Oh,
But otherwise,
yeah.
like, you know, if it's just fire, that is big.
I like
that's
that.
cool too.
As you both combine your fire spells together, and this is not just a Faraga. This is something grander. As it explodes outward like a fiery dragon that swoops across. As you hear and you call out the spell, Inferno! And it erupts around like a tornado of fire that bakes into Xanatos. And you hear Carnage scream for a second. Now, Xanatos, I have a question.
Yes.
I'm going to give you a villain deal.
Oh.
Carnage is about to take a lot of damage and get severely weakened. You can protect him, but it's going to cost it's going to cost a price for you, specifically a tool.
Because of the type of person Xanatos is, and if this thing is causing a weakness, he will let Carnage take all the hit and just be like, later, and dip away from Carnage.
Sucks to suck.
It sucks to suck, buddy.
As Carnage takes the burn, and you see him peel away for a second as he lands on one of the buildings, looking very hurt. Xanatos, you think it's over, but Reno, what did you roll?
So with the +1 forward, it brought it up to a 10 from a 9.
Awesome, and you're striking with intent? Okay, so you're
I'm
dealing...
striking with intent.
What is your pick 2?
I'm going to deal great harm. And I think I would like to take control of the situation.
All right, describe me how you're doing that. So Xanatos, mark 2 more on your clock.
Okay.
So I think in part because I came at Xanatos from behind, we now have him semi-surrounded. There was this
Okay.
inferno. Kim is on the other side. Elrena is like kind of perched now on this building and just completely surrounding Xanatos. So we have the advantage, presumably.
No, that's a great way to do it. And you watch Xanatos as Carnage looks at you. You can have fun with that. And disappears from the battlefield for now.
There's one more thing I want to do.
Yeah.
It's like pretty minor. Because Venom is here now, so Sarah's also worried about what's going on with Ben, and so I think she, after having cast that spell, she looks over to Ben, and this is gonna be just stay with me on this very Kingdom Hearts moment where like you see this sort of like light kind of grow at the tip of her Keyblade, and she points it at him, and it kind of shoots over towards him and envelops him. And I'm just going to spend a link so that he can have advantage on his next roll.
Which is going to cancel out the disadvantage from the
Yeah.
Awesome.
You're filled with the power of friendship.
As light surrounds Ben for a moment for his next attack, you hear Venom go, talk to you, Sarah.
I need you to do me a favor.
What?
I need you to get me to college.
Why?
Easily.
I think Sarah actually squints at that, not that anyone's around to see that, but she looks around because you said that Carnage disappears from the battlefield, so I assume she doesn't see where he went.
Not yet,
Okay.
but he looked very angry.
Yeah, so Sarah will say, well, I don't know where he went, but I'll keep an eye out for him. I trust you know how to deal with him?
Sense. I'm as blind as you are.
Okay, well,
Let's get your head in the game.
we're not on that world anymore. And Sarah, she'll start to, move a little closer to where that, pole fight is going on. Just kind of keeping an eye out for Carnage.
I just want to say shout out to Jay if you're watching this, Jay. Jay was like, I want to be Jet. And I'm like, cool, I can do that for you. We're going to be on the High School Musical world. And Jay was like, okay, I'm all right with that. and didn't say anything. They was just cool with it. So
He nailed it, so it worked out.
all right, we're going to go back to Kylo and Anakin.
I have a spicy idea.
What's up?
So they're fighting. So the move that you used on me, Ashley, is that just an advantage on my next roll? Or is it specifically on my next attack?
No, next roll.
Okay. So they're talking as they're kind of, I would imagine in a stalemate if nobody else, if Anakin isn't rolling to kill him. And he's going to go, and as they're fighting and the form is happening, and you could see Anakin start to get back, not Anakin, I'm Kylo. You can see Kylo start to get back into some past mindsets that he used to have. He goes, I know how Palpatine's story plays out in full. There can only be 2 Sith. It could be us. And I want to roll convince an NPC.
Okay.
That's spicy.
And I have the move. I know it lies in your heart, so when I roll to convince somebody, I can roll with dark instead. And do I want to? I thought I don't have that move anymore. Never mind, I don't have that move. So the other one is that I don't have the other move, but I can roll dark for convince somebody. So forget that I can't take harm to add 2 to
Don't
my
forget
dark
your
rolls
advantage.
anymore.
Or your
Yes, probably my advantage.
normal.
It's
No,
plus
no,
normal.
yeah, no,
You're
just
normal.
normal. Yeah, just not this.
Oh yeah, it's just normal.
Not
It's the-
disadvantage.
Yeah, not disadvantage. Holy shit!
I guess that was the F bomb. That's fine.
Sorry, I didn't expect to roll so well.
There you go.
I rolled a 14. I rolled 2 6s plus 2 dark. It could be
So
us.
convincing.
We don't need him. And then the Sith can be whatever we want them to be.
I asked you to turn away from the darkness. You're surrounded in light. What are you doing?
Ooh.
I imagine the fight
wild.
just stops for a second. Like,
Yeah.
so on a 10 plus, it's up to you. If you do it, because you don't take experience or you don't really have links, Anakin. I'm just reflavoring the PC one a bit. If you do it, you'll be granted a boon. And if you don't, there's going to be some major detriment. That's up to you, ultimately. That's your choice.
I guess my question is, can I even accept? Could I even do that?
You know what? That's a very good question. Unfortunately, there's
Yeah.
only one answer to it. I will give Kylo some information.
Okay.
Kylo, you see Anakin's eyes. You see the sorrow behind them. You see the heart accept. You know Anakin wants to accept. But the body simply allow it. For you understand now. Much like the Dandelions were forced to fight at Maleficent's behalf, so was Anakin. The puppet strings pulled by the Emperor. And it kindly comes into jail. Anakin can say all that he wants. Anakin can do and try to help you all that he can. But the mission he's on is selflessly. Because there is no happy ending for Anakin Skywalker. Not this. Not really ever.
That's neither here nor there. I think Kylo realizes this. And unfortunately, it's gonna make a giant opening for Anakin. But I think his hand is gonna, like, with the one that's holding lightsaber, is gonna fall to its side for a moment, and he's just gonna scream. He's gonna have a good old Kylo Ren tantrum scream, which I won't obviously do in my mic to save everybody's ears. But he's going to go, "It doesn't have to be this way. Why is it this way?" And he's just, like, obviously very angry. But obviously very sad, too. So if he has to attack, I don't know if the way that the mechanic works here is that he has to attack if there's an opening, but there is an opening if he has to attack.
Not defending him. Yeah. What do you do, Anakin?
Yeah, I'm going to. I can't do that one. I can't do that one.
Yeah, you could just flavor it. You could just narratively just whatever you want to do. And I'll
'Cause I want to use the Force. I want to force slam Ben into one of the buildings as he's screaming and say, "Is this what you want? The power coursing through me. I can't. I must do this. This is what it means, Ben.
Ben, you feel
Give it
yourself
up."
being picked up by the throat before you are tossed through a building, taking 2 harm.
Rylan, sweet. I'm glad I took tank a shot.
And as you do so, something emerges from the rubble. You see Carnage. Take another arm as Carnage waits for his opportunity and sinks both of his claws into your chest.
Sweet. That doesn't proc 3-stage fight, but it does proc the second part of tank a shot. When I have 1 harm remaining, I gain +2 forward on my next roll.
All right, Sarah, do you do anything? Because you were looking for him?
Yes. Sarah's gonna start making her way.
If you want, you could try to shoot Venom out like Ben did.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I think so here, this is what happens. I think she's gonna start making her way, and as she does, she's gonna say, Venom, he's there. Are you ready?
Yes.
And she... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, he's just saying,
Sarah.
Oh. Do what you have to do. And she, like, kind of like, as she's running, she, like, winds up her Keyblade and, like, feels Venom, like, kind of, like, go down her arm and then, like, doesn't throw the Keyblade, but, like,
little, like
points it
ball of
forward.
Yeah. And, like, shooting along like a ball. You watch as Carnage gets hit by this ball of black goo. As Carnage reaches out and then starts grasping his face. What's going on? And Kylo, you see as Venom emerges, grabbing on from your body, completely grabbing onto Carnage as they're locked together.
You, not any more. You leave, and you're staying.
Ben, what do you do?
God, he's just screaming about Anakin, and now he's gonna start screaming out about Venom, and you can't be like, not you too! Not you too!
Do it. Do it now.
What do I have to do?
Seekers have once. Be this way.
I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it. I think he says as he just stabs.
You do the slash.
You're gonna make me stab him? Can I 2B it? Can I 2B it at least? Like with 9S? Like, you know how... Like, can I just strangle them out?
There's claws and stuff going on. Well,
Yeah.
So you want
to his claws are already into me.
Do you want to... Well, he let go, so, like, do you want to just try to pull Venom out? Or... Because Venom is telling you very much, like...
To kill both of them at once, right?
Yeah. What do you want to do? It's up to you.
Well, I mean, he wants to kill both of them. He gets what's happening here. He gets this has to happen. It's why he's railing against Anakin so much, because he knows what he has to do. He's gonna go, and I think he's gonna do his, because I assume that this is like Venom wrangling for control with Carnage.
You could see at this point Carnage is being forced open, like his arms, as you see the black part of Venom is just like stretching him open like strings. You ever watch Dragon Ball Z?
Mm-hmm.
You remember when Goku had a hold of Raditz?
Yeah.
It kind of looks like that.
Okay, I think he's gonna do his best to get as close as he can to Venom, and he's gonna be like, thank you for being my friend.
For you at the end of time. Friend.
And he's gonna be like, we are Venom the Cool. And then he's gonna go
as the light explodes out of your Keyblade, hitting both Carnage and Venom.
Oh no.
And you see as Carnage screeches out. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
We're going.
As the Carnage symbiote forms back into Venom completely. And Venom looks at you. And kind of looks up to the sky as the light explodes into him. And he gives you a thumbs up, Ben, as he disintegrates within the light. You watch as the black of your armor fades to the stark white as before. The Veneta suit is gone. As now emerging is not a Sith, but the armor and the style of a Jedi.
Vegan, I think he's still sad. I don't.
But that is a choice for you. If you choose to wield the light or turn to the darkness. And I'll let you think about that for a second.
As I say, why don't you go put a pin in that scene and let me think about it?
As the attack has just exploded, Xanatos, your go.
So Xanatos, he just got wrecked hard. Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. And he stands up. I no. Got this far. I made it this far. They promised me immortality, and I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. And he shoots up into the air. He taps the side of his helmet. Owen, activate protocol. God-shattering star. And suddenly, yes, I'm sure. I need to end this. I need to end this. This has to be ended now. I don't care. I need to end this. I gotta get what I was promised. And Owen, it was a pleasure working with you.
Always,
And suddenly all the Steel Clan members shoot down from the sky again, and they all interlock with each other, transforming into this large, gigantic proton cannon that he mounts up onto his shoulder, and he points down at Sarah and Kim and everyone else. And I would like to use that gambit as I just fire this proton cannon right down upon all three of them. Actually, all four of them. Going to aim at Sarah also. Sarah,
Vitalia, yep.
Strelitzia?
Yeah.
Strelitzia.
Yeah, he just unloads his cannon on all four of them at the same time.
As he spends all the gambit and the moves wash over. Arena, this feels like it could be it for you. And for a second, you can't believe you're going to die in a place like that. But then you watch something where someone step in front of you. Arms held out. As you see Alexia holding the keyblade up. As she takes the force of the blow, she looks towards you with a smile on her face. Fine, Lorium. For the both of us, okay?
What the heck am I supposed to tell him?
That we fought. Doing what was right. And you can see the shattering as the replica part of her is beginning to break apart. Sarah, Kim, it's all-encompassing to move.
I would hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
Just based on what Sarah knows from their last encounter with Xanatos.
Oh, are you gonna use that move?
I think she is because I have a new link on on Xanatos, but I think that really she's trying to protect because she feels fine. She has no harm. She's going to try and protect Kim if she can from as much of this blast as she can with her eyes of heaven. I guess I have to make a roll for that.
Yep.
So I guess I'll do that. Because last time there was a big Xanatos attack, it was not good, and she had seen Kim take a lot of damage, but
I'm not looking to.
yeah, so that's a 13. So I mean, the text says, you know what the text says,
Yeah.
but how you wanna flavor it for for this particular move.
As the explosion
however.
happens, you know what? We're going full cinematic mode here. As Strelitzia is washed away in the light arena, you watch as another form passes towards you. Within the light of the eclipse of the cannon that Xanatos fire, Xanatos, you see it. A form of pure energy, pure magic. As Sarah stands before you, strong. And with a swipe of her keyblade, her eyes glow with the power of Etros. And you watch as the attack is canceled, as is sliced, erased from existence. Dividing it in two. Sorry, I have to call it what I use. Strelitzia looks, and with her last ability, she casts Stopica. As you feel yourself freeze in place, Xanatos. Sarah. Sit.
And Sarah, she's not a big talker. Opposite as Xanatos, she's not really one to like be, bragging or anything. But and you can see even in her expression, there is a lot of, she's not taking joy out of this, and she even says, it's really unfortunate that it has to be this way, but like I said, we weren't gonna let you stop us. And she sort of, she has Mog in her Keyblade hand, and with her other hand, she kind of reaches up to, I'm imagining, I didn't mention this before, but I'm imagining her necklace that she usually wears is kind of like, the pendant is like embedded in like the armor of like on her chest. So she kind of like reaches up to place her hand on it. And she says, I have people I want to see, but I think that you'll be able to see your people soon too. She kind of like takes a step back and points her Keyblade, I know that Xanatos got stopped, but giving him a moment to say a thing, if he wants.
As soon as he looked furious when he got stopped and Sarah was about to attack him. But then as soon as she said the words of, maybe you'll get to see your people too, his expression softens completely. Like that caught him off guard completely. And he kind of has like this look of like an epiphany moment. Right. The reason I was doing all this, it was never for me. It was always for them. Sarah, I want you to do me a favor. Whatever happens in this war, whatever the outcome, there's probably a version of me out there. Someone who had a good life. Their family loved them. Their extended family took them in, and he did whatever he could to make sure that these people were fine as a form of forgiveness. I really don't have that chance to do that with you. But the most I can do is this. I can tell you that. Don't take your own strength for granted. You are very powerful. You've shown it a bunch of times. Also learn from every single fight you have been through. And then he looks over at Elrena. Hey, you got a lot of rage in you. You really need to talk about that with people. But
Rude.
listen, whatever your goal is, the reason why you're fighting, I hate to tell you this, but it's a very Sisyphean kind of task you're doing. No matter how far you're going to get, you're going to roll right back down that hill. So I'm going to give you a bit of advice. When the boulder gets too big to push up the hill, just get out the way. All right. He reaches into the armor and he pulls out this locket. And it's like a fox-shaped pendant locket. And he opens up, and inside are this beautiful red-haired woman holding this little baby boy. All right, Fox, Alex, maybe I will see you again. And he's engulfed by the light.
And I think, yeah, as Sarah sort of sends the beam of light into him to unlock his heart, there's definitely a sort of sad expression on her face, feeling of sympathy, I think empathy, she knows how he feels, and as he sort of starts to fade away, however that looks, she lowers her keyblade and she says, kind of again, to no one in particular because he's already gone, I really hope you get to see them again.
Thanatos, you feel the warmth. You've seen Seekers die before, but you do not accept the end with pain. You do not accept the end with any less than what is perfect grace. And you fade away. The last thing Sarah's seeing is a slight smile on your face. As the light passed over you, and we're left. Morena, the realization sets into you. No matter how much you struggled, your dream is not. A replicant can't. They cannot take Kingdom Hearts like they can. Finding your friend is possible.
I need this. There has to be a way. This isn't impossible. That can't be true.
Does she say that out loud?
Yeah, for sure.
I think Sarah just slowly turns from where she was facing, where Xanatos was. And she says, "You were looking for someone?"
My friend.
Maybe we
find them.
can find him for you.
Oh, I'm so stupid. I can't. I am just a replica. And I may not be able to find them, but a guardian could. I need to be a guardian. You want to help fight me.
Sarah looks like genuinely confused, and she can kind of feel that like determination like coming from Elrena, I think, and she just says, "You're not stupid for wanting to help your friends or be with your friends. I don't want to fight you."
Fight me. I have to be more than I am now. I am not useless. I am not a loser. I can still do this. And she holds her keyblade up, directed towards Sarah.
Kim's going to move and put herself between Sarah and Narina. That's not, Narina, calm down. That's not going to. Sarah, get to safety.
I will fight both of you if I have to. Let me be a guardian. Please, I need this.
I don't think that fighting us will give you that. I'm sorry.
There's your opening, Reyna.
I lunge forward to strike.
Kim, you're not sure. We're not even gonna roll for that. We're just playing the Sun and Arrow. You're not sure if the fight. Reyna moves like a flash of lightning, and you feel something strike against you deeply, breaking through your armor. As we do the cutaway, and we see Reyna on the other side of Kim.
Anime style.
The critical injury as Kim sinks to her knees.
Okay. I think that Sarah, like, obviously this all happens very fast, so she has no chance to react. And, like, I imagine it very cinematically, just like I said, like, anime style. Like, Elrena, like, flashes forward, and then it goes into, like, slow motion. And Sarah's eyes just widen, and she just kind of whispers, she's like, "No." As, like, Kim falls down. And I think Sarah, like, run, because now they're kind of, like, positioned in a way. Sarah, like, runs past Elrena, and, look, I was considering using the prophecy, but I think this is also, I mean, if we're already this deep in the fields, we might as well just keep going.
Feel the flowers.
Yeah. And I think Sarah rushes to Kim's side, and you can see her hands start to glow with this, like, cure magic. But I think it's like too little too late by the time and, like, she's not even, like, paying any attention to Elrena at this point. She's just, like, full focused on, like, trying to help her friend. But we all know that it's not gonna work.
When that happens, Kim's just going to smile at Sarah and laugh a little and go like, "Hey, I've done that before. Twice now. It's gonna be okay. You just take care of yourself. And take care of Ben. He's doing so good. Tell them I'm proud of him. And I'm proud of you. And hey, maybe somewhere on the other side I can help Ron find Rufus. Be a cheerleader again. Who knows? Just promise me something."
And
You
Sarah's
too?
like, she's crying, and, like, but she's got, like, that kind of same smile on her face, and she's like, "Yeah, what is it?"
don't forget about yourself. You deserve to be happy as much as anyone else. You and everyone. Okay? You and men have this horrible habit of wanting everybody to be happy and thinking you're not allowed. So, don't do that. Deal?
And Sarah's got like one of Kim's hands in her hands, and she nods and she says, "Yeah, I promise. I hope you get to see Ron again."
And when you see Master Strange or someone, just, tell them I was good at helping. No, retrained and everything.
You did so good.
Watch as the light falls over impossible. Kim, are those your last words?
Well, if you ever have the chance, if, something crazy happens, call me, beat me, if you want to reach me.
And the light finishes as Kim fades from this.
And I think you just see, like, anyone who's looking at Sarah, but because she was kind of kneeling down next to Kim, and as Kim disappears, her arms kind of like fall through like where Kim's body had been.
There's the sound of a chain striking as Elrena levels her keyblade at Sarah's face. I never asked for any of this. I'm trying. I am doing my best. And I have lost so much. Just let me be a guardian.
And I think Sarah, like, because she's still crouching, she like looks up at Elrena, kind of like down the length of her keyblade, and you can see like the tears are still like flowing down her cheeks a little, and she says, "None of us asked for this. We were all brought into this war, and we just want to see our friends again too. I can't make you a guardian. You're not gonna find what you're looking for here. All I can do is promise you." And she kind of like pauses at that, thinking about the 2 promises she just made other people. "All I can do is promise you that we will try to find your friend too."
At this point, full on tears streaming down Elrena's face. But she looks furious and her voice keeps breaking as she says, "Why won't you fight me?" And then she strikes out at Sarah again.
Sarah?
Let's see. I think, can I just do like a basic like defend?
Let's forget the dice for a second, because I don't want the dice to interrupt on this.
She doesn't want to fight Elrena because she doesn't. Actually, let me ask you this. Much like Ben had learned that Anakin was more or less forced to fight, he didn't really have a choice. Can Sarah see that from Elrena? Like, or is this just all Elrena's doing Is this Elrena really thinking that this is the way that she will find her friends?
Yes and no. Elrena is the same as Anakin. She's a replica.
Right.
There is no real place for her. She wasn't meant to exist. She's an echo from another world line. She's not, with all the memories she might have, she's not the real Elrena for all intents and purposes. But she also could be. What defines who's real? What defines identity? But you know that if what Xanatos says is true, that she can't control Kingdom Hearts like the Dandelions think they can. And you echo back to what Brain said in back at High School Musical. He said that he believes the quest is for naught. That he can't, and at the end of the day, they're fighting for Maleficent. That's their creator. So even their victories for someone else.
So I think that as Elrena kind of strikes out at her again, Sarah's gonna raise her hand, and like her Keyblade like teleports, up to her hand as she like blocks the attack. And she says, "You didn't choose this war either. I know it. But you don't have to fight."
The tears just keep falling. But I think that the end of her Keyblade drops a bit. I really was just doomed from the start, wasn't I? Only a fake.
I don't think that's true. What makes us a person, our memories, our feelings, those are all real.
I was made. So were they. And their loss hurts so much. There's just like a slump to her shoulders as just all of that anger that she'd had, that really is the only thing she knows how to have, just is seeping out of her. And eventually her Keyblade arm just fully drops by her side and her chin drops and she's just racked with sobs.
And I think Sarah kneels down in front of her and just says, "You're just like me, doing everything for your friends. I think you'll get to see them again too. Maybe not here, but in a different place."
As you say that, Sarah, the rest of you watch as the surrounding breaks apart and shatters into raining glass. As you are back in Sky Killer Base. But not in any part of Sky Killer Base. You are on the fated bridge. And as Arena sinks to her knees, considers everything that is going on, there is another. As we look at Kylo facing down Anakin, you watch Ben. You see it. The place you killed your father. The place where you thought you were irredeemable.
Where have you brought me, grandson? What is this place?
I killed your daughter's husband and my father here. Because I couldn't be reliant on any of those relationships to be as strong as you.
We stand in the same place then. You have choices to make.
I do. But I don't think the choices look like you think they look.
And what do you see?
I see a man whose weakness forced him to fight this way, put him under the control of who I must assume is Palpatine. But I, with Venom, figured out what the answer is to this problem. And I'm sorry, grandfather, that you cannot come with me.
I asked you what you saw. Now, what do you feel?
I feel like both are wrong. The Sith are wrong, and the Jedi were wrong. You can't have dark without light, and light without dark. They don't exist. Pigeonholing you, yourself, into one side creates weaknesses. I'm going to walk both paths.
The lightsaber comes back out.
He lets his other one, and I'm like, I'm sorry that I have to kill you. I don't want to. We could have been a family.
We always were. Start swinging.
I'm gonna say that this is Ben. The last
Do you want my
attack,
mechanical? Oh.
and I need to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you rolling with light, or are you rolling with darkness?
Can I explain?
Yes.
Okay. I would like to roll with dark under the understanding of Twilight Walker from the discarded skin, which was his first skin of the season, which let me use light and dark interchangeably, because that whole skin's about walking both light and dark. It's the true Riku skin to protect people. He needs to kill him. He can't strike to subdue him.
So no, I'm not asking if you want to strike to subdue him.
Oh, okay. With light and dark? Ah! Oh, you're making it difficult because the idea is that he's using one but with the other intent. I suppose it's with light. He's gonna try. Because he's been using dark. I mean, this is where I fail and I go, whoop.
And
I'm trying to be Revan here, okay? Gray Jedi. Oh, all right, that's a 9.
Okay.
So, Anakin, the lightsaber is going towards you, and for a second, you think you try to move to stop it, But within this, what is happening, you have a point of clarity. And I will allow you, as Anakin, in full control of yourself. What do you do?
I want to grasp his hand and say, "Let me go." And walk toward him.
Like into the strike. Oh, I hate that.
And
I
as
think
the lightsaber swings down, see as you're almost in the same position you were before. But this time the other person is telling you it's going to be okay.
say hi to my mother for me.
Reach out and grasp your face. She's already with you. Give him a hug.
I think Kylo will return. I mean, he's got a lightsaber in one hand, so he's gonna wrap his other arm around Anakin, because I don't think he doesn't want to just drop Anakin off the side. I think he's gonna do the lowering Anakin to the bridge, and he's gonna be like, "I'm not letting you go forever. I'm just going to be me and not you."
I'm proud of you. I always said that to be a Jedi was to believe in love.
Helmet shatters off of Ben.
Ben's crying, but I refuse to cry on camera. You can't make me.
As for the first time, Ben, you and your grandfather lock eyes with.
I think the redness that were in Ben's iris fades to I don't know what his normal eye color is. It's
Blue.
probably
Yeah.
it's probably a blue of some sort.
There they are. Your own eyes.
I don't feel strong, but maybe this is what strength is.
Getting to fade, Anakin.
I think before Anakin speaks, as he started to fade, there is a little bit of that desperate, trying to grab onto a body that's fading sort of thing. He's like, no, I'm not done yet.
No.
We don't have to be done yet.
You are not done yet. And you feel the cold steel of something in your hand. As the hand fades, all that's left is the hilt of the lightsaber.
And I think Ben, I think he stays there for a minute, to be honest. I think he's just there kind of crumpled, because I think this is the first time, even as everything else is resolving, that he's actually cried. I don't think he's cried at all or expressed any real sense of upsetness in this whole series. That kind of upsetness. And I think he's just crying, just kind of just hunched, kind of over, cradling the lightsaber hilt.
And you feel a single finger wipe the tears away from your eyes as your grandfather fades from you, not in darkness, but in light. And for a moment, Ben, You are faced with memories that you never got to have. Learning from your grandfather. Enjoying time with him as a child. Watching him grow old. You see a snapshot of a perfect family. And although that was not the path that you walked, all the paths, that choices that you made, everything led you here. And the friends around you, no matter what, they've been made for the better. Sky Killer base fades, revealing the internal inner works of the Death Star once more. In a straight path forward. As we leave Ben sitting there for a moment, Elrena, what do you do?
After a few moments of just crying, she lifts her eyes to Sarah, and there's a little bit of that defiance back in her eyes. And she just says, "Pity, I really wanted to dislike you." I can't see this through, but I think you can. And with that, her keyblade disappears from her hand, and she just turns and starts walking away. For a brief moment, she looks back at Sarah and she says, "I may not be able to save all of my friends, but I'll start by finding the one I can." And then she just looks up and says, "Lorium, you would not believe what your sister has done." And then she starts to walk away.
And I think as she's walking away, Sarah again raises her hand to touch her pendant in her armor. And she says it quietly, but it's gonna like pierce through the distance in the way that these things do. And she says, "I'll do it for both of us."
You see Elrena's fist clench, but she does not look back. And she keeps walking away.
You never see Elrena after that. Her tale ends here. But hope that happiness accompanies those who. But I would say to those who tend to doubt those stories, as Ben turn, you look at Sarah, finally rejoin one another.
I think Ben just hugs Sarah. And then there's more crying.
Aw. Sarah just like wraps her arms around him and like a mom is just like totally just like lets him let it out, because like Lucian said, I don't think he's ever shown this sort of like, Sarah just assumes that this is the kind of thing that he's kept bottled up this entire time, so she's just like letting him let it out. But even as he does that, she's got her own tears coming down her cheeks, but it's not like sobs, it's just like the silent sort of crying. And she says, "We have to do it, Ben. We have to do it for them and for us."
You're right. It can't be not worth any of it. Venom's gone.
So is Kim.
I hope that the rest of our friends make it towards the end.
I think we'll see them again.
Then you notice on the palm of your armor, there is a marking. A marking of a symbiote etched into it. A final reminder. And for a minute, you hear, deep of your soul,
I will always in your heart.
Yeah. Along with my family. And my friends.
there's only one path now. One way to the reactor core. As you can feel the rest of the fighting now, battles coming to an end. Your friends, were they victorious? Did they fail in their own battles? They're not sure. But it's time to find out. Onward.
I think, yeah, Sarah takes a step back, looks up at Ben because Ben is tall and she's not. And even though her cheeks are still kind of wet with the tears, she has this new look of determination on her face. And she asks. No, she states. It's not a question. She states. We'll end this together. Along with others.
We're ending it. Forever.
She gives a single nod of agreement and holds her hand out for Ben to take.
And Ben will take it. Will take Sarah's hand and give it a squeeze.
All right. Forward. We have to keep moving forward.
It's the only direction.
And she turns to start heading down the one way in front of them.
Imagine a second. People you fought. All the people you lost up to this point, and all the people that you were able to come to an understanding with. As you see them shift around your head. Dr. Salier, Jigo, and 2B Syndrome. Cypher. Thanatos, Kefka. Dark Phoenix. Jack. Dandelions. Your friends who no longer are here. Ida. John Silver. The guardians that you left behind. Caspian. Kim. Zach, Cody. It all leads to this. One last showdown. At Kingdom Hearts. So ends the episode. Episode 16. Till the end of time. Thank you everyone for watching this amazing episode. And I'm not going to address everyone, the guests. I'm not going to address the audience. But I would like, first off, all my guests and all my players, on the count of 3, give me a deep breath in and take a deep breath out, alright? Let's get out of the very emotional episode. 1, 2. Feel free to scream in your mics if you want to and to get those emotions out. That's fine. You can speak for a second. But I just want to tell you all, thank you so much for coming on this journey with us. To our guest stars, thank you so much for being here. To my players, thank you so much for dealing with every twist and turn and making one of the best, if not the best episode I've ever played in it. We can only go onwards and upwards from here. This was amazing. And I wanted to say, first off, to Bella's wrap episode, this is it. We're playing Kim Possible across many people. I give you a round of applause, and hopefully everyone else at home does too. For Wally, even
Thank you.
Wally only got to play it twice, but in that twice times, they played an amazing Thanatos. Took a villain to such great heights that it was truly a spectacular. So, for that Wally. Christina, who took a one-shot character like Anakin and turned it into such a big moment. Really beautiful. I don't know what to say. And then, of course, to Renee for playing Lorena, and oh my god, just nailing it out of the stratosphere. It made me cry. I think it made a few other people here cry. And I appreciate all of you coming on the journey with us.
Thank you.
And there's nothing left to do. I won't even talk about the sponsors because you heard in the beginning of the show. I won't even really want to talk about anything except to these amazing people. But they went through all this, so the least I could do is give them a plug. Starting with Renee and going backwards through Christina to Wally to Bella and then to my cast, reversing order. Tell them what other projects lie in wait, where they can find you, and what you're doing next.
Hi, my name is Renee Rhodes, she, her. I'm on Twitter at RadianR, and this has been something I've looked forward to for months. So thank you so much, Nick, for the incredible story. Lucian, Ashley, and Bella, y'all were all fantastic, and I'm so sorry to have killed you. But also Christina and Wally just made fantastic villains, and so this whole episode was amazing. I can't believe I could like come in for one episode and just like leave a sobbing wreck. So, but I love it. I have not gotten to stream in a long time since COVID complications, and it was honestly an absolute joy. So that said, I haven't done a whole ton lately, but I'm trying to figure out how to do more creatively with the new energy levels I have post illness, and this was an incredible way to take a step back towards that. I do hope to have some podcast projects in the future, and hopefully I'll be appearing on a few more streams too, because this was just so good.
Christina.
Hi everybody. Thank you, Nick and cast and everyone. This was so much fun to be a part of this. I'm so excited to be here with you all, and Renee and Wally. Wow, incredible to be guesting with you. This was so much fun. I love Star Wars, so I was super hyped about one of my favorite sad boys, Anakin Skywalker. So thank you so much, Nick, for this opportunity. You can find me over on Twitter at D20xtina, and you can book with me over at Magpie Games to play some Avatar over on their site. And you can, it's not announced yet, but there's something coming in May that is going to be passionate. And that's all I can say about that. So keep an eye out, and I'll see you all around. I'll see you on the internet. Who was next? Was it?
Oh, it's me. Sup, y'all? Okay. It's me, Wally. Oh boy. This was so much fun. I have had an absolute blast playing Xanatos. Thank you so much for inviting me here to play a villain. It's been a dream of mine to play a villain in like any kind of TTRPG game, just like guest spot as a villain and just go all out. And I did it with this. Thank you so much for just facilitating my antics with this character. And yeah, I am sorry I killed 2 people.
No, it was excellent.
But yeah, it was just so much fun. All of you are great players. We vibed off each other so well. Nothing felt like none of the emotions felt forced. Everything felt natural, and there were a lot of emotions in this game. So thank you so much to all of you. This has been just a pure blast to play. Where can you find me? You can find me on Twitter at WALLE132, like a cute little Disney robot. That's pretty much all the places where I talk about where I'm going to be at. So just follow me there if you want to see the stuff I'm in.
Yes, it's my time now. Hello, everyone. I'm Bella. I was playing Kim. I'd like to start by thanking Nick for giving me this amazing opportunity. For those who don't know, playing Kim last year was actually my debut on streaming, and she was a character I grew up watching, so it was an honor, and every time I got to be here, it was an absolute pleasure. I'd like to also thank Renee, Christina, and all for tonight for guest starring here and making this so emotional and so crazy. I had never played with any of you, and it was an honor. And it just made it rich. To Lucian and Ashley, thank you for once more holding my hand through this and making this just this super fun experience. That's all I have.
Even the cars are celebrating?
And even the car, don't have me again. It always happens. It's quiet whenever I don't have my mic on. That's what happens. Thanks everyone. You all were fantastic to play alongside, to fight against, and beside. And thank you, Nick, for guiding us through this. It was just a pleasure. Where you can find me on Twitter at Bella Riddle, and I'll talk about all of the stuff there, but I have a few things coming up now on May, so check there and you'll see it. And that's it.
Hi, I'm Lucian, and I play Pet Solo.
I got Lucian a cry. I did what I wanted to.
Oh no, I'm just trying to make it till we turn off the cameras. And you can find me on Twitter at the name that's under my circle. It says Chaotic Lucian, so I'm gonna trust that it's correct. And I am so happy that everybody was on today for this giant, apparently, character development and sad feelings times. Thanks. I'm not in anything else right now, but if you like to LARP, I LARP once a month in New Jersey at a game called Night Realms, where I am the head of lore. You can come hang out with me there if you want, or in the Discords, or if you want to watch me play an emo sad boy who will inevitably show lots of vulnerability, you can contact me through Discord.
Or you can just watch in 2 weeks when we come back with the episode.
Yeah, or you can watch me, I guess, in a couple episodes here. Otherwise, that's where you'll find me. That's it.
Hey everyone, I'm Ashley, or Aid. I've been playing Sarah. First off, I said this in Discord in our private game chat, but for everyone else, thank you for thawing my cold, frozen heart. Really, I was made to feel my own feelings, and I'll deal with that later. But for now, I had a blast playing with you all. Just like Wally said, even though you all were only on for either one episode or a few episodes, it felt so natural. It was like we fell in and played like a normal game that we've been playing forever. So that was awesome, and you all did such a great job, and I really appreciate all of you going through this journey with us. I'm not sure any of you signed up for so many emotions, but you got it, so you're welcome. And this is it's not the start, but there's still so much more to go, so I'm excited to see what comes next. You can find me on Twitter at my handle below, Aid3E, where I don't really tweet a lot, but I retweet all the cool things that my friends are doing. So come see that, or you can hang out with me on Discord, either on the Carrion Comfort Studios Discord or the Gehenna Gaming Discord, where I am Aid there. And I'm not in anything else right now. There might be something coming up soon, but come hang out on Discord.
I guess that just leaves me. I'm gonna try to get through this quickly just so I could spare everyone. Hi everyone, I'm Nick Francia. You can find me at Nobleman Nick. I was the game master, key master, whatever you want to call me for tonight. I just want to give a big thanks to everyone again. This was one of the most emotional episodes of just TTRPG role playing I've ever been in, and I just want to lament that this is what happens when you have great players at a table. This is what it comes to. This is what being a GM is about. I didn't have to do anything in that last hour. I just sat here and got to enjoy everything unfold, and it was amazing. So thank you for letting me experience that. This is only part 2. We have 3 more episodes left, and the train, there are no brakes on this train, unfortunately. We're going straight through to the end. This game has been a very emotional endeavor for me. I love Kingdom Hearts, and I'm glad to have shared it with so many amazing people who've gotten to play characters that they've only dreamed about, and I think that's awesome. Where else you can find me? You can find me here next Friday. I'll be not this Saturday, but next Saturday I'll be coming back with Alien Destroyer of Worlds, the second part of the Alien anthology. It's a little bit different than a game like this. And I just announced a bunch of new projects that I'm working on my Twitter, so go check me out there. I have a lot to top after tonight, let me tell you. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to send you all to my home channel, as it were, Gehenna Gaming. But Carrion Comfort's also my home, and so is Devil's Luck as well. I love all those people too. But I'm gonna go ahead and give Gehenna the boost this time, because I usually give Devil's Luck the boost. Sorry, I'm just trying not to lose myself either. So go ahead, tell them that you had an emotional episode. Go enjoy some Morkborg, and they're awesome. Maybe get your mind off a few things. I'm gonna go deep compress with my friends here. You were all killer. My name is Nobleman Nick. Please subscribe to the channel, Carrion Comfort Studios, and a big thank you to Wes for allowing me to put on this production every week. And awesome job for not saying a single F-bomb this episode. Great.
We're too much trying to not cry to say fuck.
Oh.
It's okay. You get one.
It doesn't count. We're not actively playing anymore.
Goodbye, everyone. Bye.